see more like blog style stuff from me, I'm doing the journey to $1 million this year. I know that's an insane lofty goal. I'm not saying it's going to happen because we're starting with a small bankroll, but I'm doing that across not just sports bets, but also poker, everything possible. Because I had a crazy run in poker the other night, and I was like, hey, maybe I start blogging this, maybe I start streaming this, and that's what you should expect from me. So follow this account for all the streams. Shout out to the Twitter, the YouTube, the Twitch, the Kick. We're live on everything right now. We are sharing plays, and anyone who wants the full card today, I'm gonna drop this in response to the Twitter stream as well. But if you shoot me a DM on Instagram, yes, sir, Mr. Boyd. If you shoot me a DM on Instagram, I will link you to get the full card today. Totally free. Totally free. I'm just sharing it. We're growing. I'm giving away a lot of freebies. I'm giving away money. I'm doing giveaways, all that stuff. We're here to grow. That's why. We're here to grow, and you guys are about to see Pick'em Petey, the sports betting messiah, go on a crazy run. So dropping this for anyone who's tuning in via the interesting build here, says Acoustic. Anyone who's tuning in via the Twitter right now, you see the Telegram. It's the Telegram's in my links here, but if you shoot me a DM on Instagram, anyone who wants it, shoot me a DM on Instagram, Pick'em Petey, and I got you. Bang. Just sent one through. First 30 people. We'll say the first 30 people get it. We're still going to talk about it, like Arkansas and college basketball today. Chargers, yeah. So we're talking NFL first. We'll do some college football. We'll circle back to college basketball. Should be a longer stream. Hopefully we stay on here till about 2. Swerve that corner, yo. It's crazy how viral that's gone. I love Chargers. I absolutely love Chargers. You get them. Here's the thing. 3.5 is a little tricky. 3 points. I like them at -2.5, 3. I think it could be a big win for them. I'm gonna probably play it safe and just take a money line at -145 because listen, -144, I think is what they're at on ProfitX right now. You get them at -144 just to win straight up. I absolutely love it. I like them at -3. I think they cover -3, but difference between -105, -110, and -144 is not that massive. So you're getting better value relative to the payout, relative to the odds likelihood. You're getting better value on just taking that money line at -144 on profit. So profit's in my links for anyone who wants that as well. That's the best line I've seen. Broncos money line, lock of the weekend. That's hilarious. I'm going to tell you this right now. And money over here. Peter Griffin says, whatever you say, I'm a fade just based on your hat. Hilarious, bro. The comments are going crazy for you. They love it. But this is what you need to know. People are kind of starting to sell this narrative, Hey, maybe the Broncos are live dogs. Broncos money line might be the play. There's got to be an upset. So why not Broncos? Okay, let's talk about it. The Bills, home crowd, in January, playing in 20-something degrees in Buffalo. Josh Allen, 5 straight wins at home in the wild card every single year. Not just blowout wins. Put up 34 against the Dolphins 2 years ago. Put up 27 against the Steelers last year. 31 points. Didn't even try in the second half. Bills always choke. Do you watch football? Do you understand history? Do you even Google recent results every single year? Wild card, at home, dominant win. Their win. The only game that was remotely close was when they absolutely shit the bed in the fourth quarter against the Dolphins and won 34-31 in a game where they were blown out by 1 million. So they might take their foot off the gas. That's why you take the Bills -4.5 in the first half. It's Josh Allen playing the best football of his life, the MVP of the NFL. Joshua motherfucking Allen is going up against the Broncos defense. That means he scored 30 points in 9 out of his last 10 games. You think that Bo Nix, when the team against him is scoring quick points, is going to be able to go out and put up quick points, quick responses at the Bills Stadium with the Bills home crowd in 20-something degrees in Buffalo? That's what you actually think. You've thought this through. You didn't just say, hey, maybe this +400 dog's going to hit and I'm going to get rich. You actually thought about it. You actually did some analysis and you thought, oh, Bo Nix having to push this offense up the field, having to be aggressive in his first playoff game ever against one of the most hostile crowds ever, in the most hostile weather ever. That's going to be the game where Bo Nix, the rookie quarterback, changes rookie quarterbacks, changes the history of rookie quarterback performance. He goes out and dominates in that situation. You think that's the environment where Bo Nix is going to step out and change all the narratives? That's the spot. That's what you think. You think against the Bills home crowd in 20-something degrees in January? Because if you had an actual analysis and you thought, well, I really like the way they match up and I really think this or that. No. You just thought, well, it's got to be someone. It's got to be someone, right? No, it doesn't. It doesn't have to be someone. The Ravens are going to win and the Bills are going to win. You're not going to see that magic happen. It's just a fact. The Steelers maybe have a tiny fragment of a chance to win because Steelers, Ravens, divisional matchups, the history, blah, blah, blah. But the Ravens are so much better than them. The Bills are so much better than the Broncos. So much better than the Broncos. And most importantly, Bo Nix has played with leads. Bo Nix has played in a situation that's been very beneficial for Bo Nix to be able to play rookie quarterback football. And he's been great for a rookie. Don't get me wrong. And Peyton has been great. What have the Bills won? Every game they've played against either one seed in the NFL this season. 13 out of 16 games that Josh Allen started, those ones. Oh, how many Super Bowls? That's good. Can you roll over points from prior Super Bowls to the wild card round this year? Because if you can roll over points from prior Super Bowls, then I think the Broncos might actually cover in that case. But if you're talking about points that happened within the 60 minutes of time that happened during an NFL game, and we're only counting those points the same way they've counted every single NFL game in history, just those points, not rolling over past points from past years with past teams and past rosters, then I think it's going to be the Bills. I think it's probably going to be the Bills. Las Vegas Classified, though, he wants to take in results from 2001, take those points, put them on the team of players that weren't born while that happened. Listen, buddy, if you're calling it magic, you don't think it's going to happen. You say wild card magic. I don't want to bet on magic. I want to bet on analysis. I want to bet on stats. I want to bet on a real game analysis and understand that the Bills have a brilliant matchup in this spot. And the Bills defense hasn't been great, but they've got another week of rest from allowing. They've had 2 weeks to prepare for this game because whatever you want to say, everybody knew the Broncos were going to beat the Chiefs. Everybody knew that, right? It's the Chiefs backups. The Chiefs didn't even want to win that game. The Broncos were going to win. Bills knew for a fact they were going to play the Broncos at home as a 7 seed. They had 2 weeks to prepare for that. Most of the offense rested. Josh Allen rested. He's had 2 weeks to prepare for the Broncos. They're basically the Bills coming off a bye. Josh Allen going to get sacked 10 times. Yeah, Josh Allen, who's been sacked less than 20 times this entire season. Josh Allen, who leads the league and not getting sacked. People don't understand. People just regurgitate terms. It's the same thing. It is the curse of social media. People just, I heard this thing. The Bills are frauds. The Bills always choke. The Bills are what? What have the Bills done? The Bills have been the second most dominant team in the AFC for the last 5 years, and the Chiefs have beaten them. The Chiefs have been the most dominant franchise in the NFL for the last 5 years. Bills choke every year. I don't think you understand what choking is. Allen has only played 2 teams in the top 10 in sacks. Adam, bro, that is a crazy, crazy reach. Lex, the only person who's spoken sense in here. All right, but you guys get the idea. So the Bills, the best play in that game is going to be the Bills first half -4.5. I'll pull this up right now. This link that I'm on, by the way, this is ProfitX. It's in my links for anyone who wants it. In the links for anyone who wants it. I'm going to show you a little parlay as well here in a moment. But Bills first half, you get -5.5, -6. I got them at -4.5 at -114. Looks like cleared liquidity on that game. It'll pop up again. But that's what you're looking at. Peer-to-peer is such a pain. It's really not. If you've ever used ProfitX, you'll see it's really not. I agree that some have been. I agree that some have been, but this app is fire. It's just like it's just like any other book you would use. Withdrawal, cash out immediately, all that. Hasn't played a good pass rush all year. Broncos have the best pass rush. Josh Allen, by all statistical measures, even adjusted for the competition in a given game, and the Bills' offensive line, give credit where it's due, have been the most difficult to sack. The Broncos are good at sacking quarterbacks. Don't get me wrong. I agree with that. But nobody is better prepared for the Broncos pass rush than Josh Allen and Josh Allen's offensive line. Also, part of the reason Josh Allen doesn't get sacked so much is because you know that if you bring a rush and Allen pauses and goes up the middle, he's one of the most dangerous running quarterbacks. Dumb about it. You'll know right away. The liquidity on here, we're talking hundreds of thousands. For NFL games, especially NFL playoff games, we're talking 7 figures. And it's up to you. You want to do it, but you want to pay juice. The difference here is 6% usually, 6% less on your winnings. So even if you're a 50-50 better, you're making 3% more money, which doesn't sound like a big deal on one bet, right? You get bet $100, you make 97 instead of 91. It's not a big deal, right? But if you're a daily bettor, it's just massive. So here's, we'll get back to this. This is ProfitX. This is where I place all my straight action. I recommend it to anyone. Just matter of fact, I recommend it to anyone. You should be doing that. You're going to get 3% more if you're 50 better. You're going to get 6% more on your wins. So the difference in the course of, say you bet 5 times a day and you win on average half of your bets. If you bet 5 bets a day for $300 we'll just say 300 days a year. You do 1,500 bets in a year. You win 750 of those. You make 3% more on all those wins, right? That ends up being 25 units more on the season. They show you how much you save too, exactly. You should be able. Hell yeah! If you want to book for Indiana with good lines, though, shoot me a DM on Instagram. I got you. I got you with the great option as well. Anyone, by the way, anyone who like is in a state where they can't get it or whatever, I have. I can hook it up for literally anyone, whatever you're looking for. I'm positive. Shoot me a DM on Instagram. It's Pick'em PD on Instagram. I got something for you. Stuff I've used myself, verified, works any state, any location in the U.S. Full lines, like like the lines you would get anywhere, maybe a little bit better. Circle lines. You just shoot me a DM on Instagram or Telegram, and I'll hook you up. I'll link you. I've done it for a million people. I'm positive I can get you. So if anyone who's like, oh, I can't get this action or I can't get this prop or whatever, I'm like, I'm positive you can. I'll point you in the right direction. Do I like Cleveland tonight? That's a tough game. I kind of like the under in that spot. I haven't finalized it, but yeah, I like the under in that spot. I think that could be good. By the way, anyone who wants all my plays today, I'm sharing the full card on my Telegram. Shoot me, yeah, Campbell. It's in my links, or just shoot me a DM on Instagram. But if you go to my profile here and check my links, you'll see it immediately. But any issues, just let me know. Shoot me a DM, and I got you. And if anyone wants the full card of plays today, shoot me a DM on Instagram. I'll hook it up. The first 30 people, I think we've gotten it through. I've sent this through to about a dozen right now, so 18 more of these. 18 more of these. Get the free card. Shoot me a DM on Instagram. I got you. Let's keep talking about NFL. I know we're moving at a bit of a slower pace, even though I'm talking a mile a minute. We're gonna get through this. We're gonna answer all the questions. We're gonna stay here till we got it. You took Notre Dame plus 900 to win it all. Me too. Me too. I like what I've seen from OSU, so I would. It's difficult. So I like Notre Dame and Ohio State to win this weekend. Obviously, if that is the matchup, I'll probably hedge out a little bit, just because I do like Ohio State. When I took Notre Dame to win it all, I said I don't think they're the best team in college football right now. I think that plus 900, they have the best odds to win it all. Yeah, I think Ohio State wins handily. I've been really unimpressed by Texas for a while. I said I think that Notre Dame has the best path and the best odds to get to the championship, and has the best. Yeah, they have the best odds relatively. Chiefs versus Eagles Super Bowl futures at plus 2,500, a good bet. So you're looking at the Chiefs probably like plus 150 to make it to the Super Bowl. Basically, the Chiefs are basically a two-leg parlay, and they're the Chargers at like minus 200 probably. Most likely it's going to be them, the Chargers minus 200, and then the Bills or the Ravens at like minus 110. Right? So you're looking at the Chiefs is like a and I think that there can be a close game because divisional matchups and everything. But the Steelers have been playing bad football. The Ravens are playing good football. The Ravens narrative, I don't think buying into the Lamar bad in the playoffs narrative and things like that are really fair, because when you talk about playoff narratives, it's really still based on a few games. And so, you say like, oh, the season was a waste when a team gets eliminated. along the way, but it's mostly losing really tough games against really tough teams where they were slight dogs. And for the Ravens, yes, Lamar's numbers have been bad, but anyway, not to get too deep into that. I just think that the Steelers could lose by 3 or even have like a tiny, tiny, tiny chance at getting a dub. I really don't believe it, but they could also lose by 21 points. Lex, that's great then. Do I lean UConn tonight or Villanova? I lean UConn, but I'm probably staying away. So in terms of that, I think the Packers can cover, but I also think the Packers are so inconsistent. This is probably the toughest game to pick. Is the Packers-Eagles game, because the Packers have been really inconsistent all season. They have a very high ceiling. They haven't really flashed it recently, but they could prepare. They could ball out. Hurts coming off the concussion could be a tough spot. So there is the possible downside for Hurts. There's a massive swings in the performance from Love. My biggest thing, yeah, Packers can lose by 20 as well. That's what I'm saying. Super inconsistent performance from the Packers. So like they could both win and they could get absolutely throttled. And I think if the Eagles come out strong early and the Packers are playing behind even 7 points, I think it could get ugly. Love passing the ball down has been tough. They really have to establish that run game, and they've got a great running back to do it. But yeah, it's if you make them be a pass heavy team, a pass first team, and you put Love in that spot, like when you watched him against the Vikings 2 weeks ago, he was really struggling. Receivers were really struggling to get open. Then the fourth quarter, when they dropped into a bit more of a prevent defense because they were up 3 scores, he's hitting guys all over the place. But when you know the pass is coming and you're protecting, not in a prevent way, he was really struggling. It's partially on the receivers. There was no separation that game. That game is something the read in that game is something I'm leaning on a lot. And I would be surprised if the Packers receivers find a way to get open against Eagles, especially if Watson is out. Definitely something we want to pay attention to. Then, the Commanders could obviously cover 3.5. They could, or 3 points. They could win that game straight up. I think that's going to be a close game. I think the fact that the Bucs are home and it's Jaden Daniels as a rookie quarterback against, an away crowd is tough. It's tough. It's not like a really devastating spot for the Bucs or for the Commanders in terms of home field that you're going into in the playoffs, but it's playoffs football. They'll step it up. I think that's going to be tough for Jane Daniels, and that's my biggest concern there. Talent-wise, I don't think the teams are very different. And then the Rams, obviously, it's basically a pick 'em. It's tough. I lean Rams, but there's a lot of recency bias in that. But we got to pay attention to what happened to Darnold in the bright lights. That being said, the Rams do not have much of a home field advantage. They don't have a home field advantage. Weather-wise, they don't have a massive fan base, an aggressive fan base. So that's it. FTD, anyone saying they need a big day today, you want to lock in today, listen, I'm sharing the full card for free. Anyone who shoots me a DM on Instagram, I said I would share the first 30 people that requested. We're about halfway through. If you shoot me a DM on Instagram, it's Pick 'em Petey, or you just hop in the Telegram, honestly, in my links, I will hook it up. I will get you the full card today. Just shoot me a DM on Instagram. You will get all the plays today. That's a Pick 'em Petey guarantee. Please, God, go Bills. Yeah, Bills are taking care of business. I do think the best bet in the Bills game is Bills first half -4.5, -5, whatever line you end up getting. That's going to be the best play available there for certain. So yeah, anyone who shoots me a DM on Instagram, it's Pick 'em Petey. I got you with the full card. Someone just hit me. We got 14 more of these left now. 14 more of these left for anyone who shoots me a DM on Instagram. It's Pick 'em Petey. Just send it. Oh, we're down to 13. Just send another through. Got you. We're down to 12. Lock in. Anyone who shoots me a DM on Instagram, got it. If you're on the Twitter stream or the YouTube stream, it's in my links. Shout out to everyone joining. And I know haven't paid a ton of attention to the chat here, so appreciate it. Live on kick.com says Kenny Television. We love to see it. Kenny Television on the Twitch and the Kick. I appreciate all you. I'll be doing more casino streams and things like that moving forward. So if you want to follow the Twitch, you want to follow the Kick, anything like that, get involved. I'm gonna be streaming a lot this year. We're gonna be doing the road to $1 million in profit this year. This account, by the way, I blogged about earlier. Check this video out whenever we hop off. Follow this account for the daily streams. Follow this account for the daily vlogs about the road to 100K. It's going to be a massive year, and I'm going to be streaming a ton, making a ton of content. So lock in on all this. I'm also going to be doing a lot of giveaways in my Telegram, and I'm going to be giving a lot of free plays in my Telegram and a lot of free promo bets and links and all that stuff. So definitely get involved. Steelers money line's a terrible play. Who's going to the Super Bowl? I think you're going to see Bills Lions. That's a fact, Double L. We're up 22 units in the last month, and that's off of a 4-day, a pretty bad streak since Sunday. I'm not even gonna lie. We've had a bad few days, and we're up 22 units still in the last month. Massive December, massive October, massive May. Those were our three biggest months of the year, May, December, October. But yeah, 9 winning months in 2024, looking to make it 10 in 2025. Be back when the Steelers win. All right, so I guess I'll never see you again. If you want a dog in the first round of the playoffs, it's probably going to be the Commanders. That's probably popular. I don't think, here's the thing, I don't think the Packers win, but at plus 194, I think they have a better than 34% chance of winning. And that's how you have to approach betting, right? If you're getting a better payout relative to the odds long term, you're going to end up profiting. So at plus 194, I don't mind the Packers. They're a very volatile team. They're a very up and down team. I don't mind it. I don't know if I'm going to take that play because you might get better value doing an alt with the Eagles or something like that. The only dog I really like is the Rams, and they're hardly a dog. They're 1 point on some books now. The Chargers, I don't think the Texans have any chance. I know we're a little like Stroud has looked bad all year. I predicted this going into the year. I said Stroud's going to have a down year. He is good, but he's not as good as he looked in his rookie year. And there's going to be not like regression as much as just, people adjusting, people getting him on tape. And he got his weapons and he lost his weapons. I don't think he's as locked in. I think now, Stroud had a big rookie year. Everyone loves when a young guy comes out strong too, a rookie, a second year guy. You're like, oh, think of how good he's going to get. It's tough to get better and better and better in the NFL because people are getting better around you. People are getting better at defending against you. There's more tape out there. So, the guys who have really like improved, Josh Allen, I think is the most consistent growth. Lamar Jackson is right up there with him. Younger guys, I think sneakily Baker Mayfield, I think, has gotten better and better. Mahomes is tough to say because he started out so good and he stayed really good. More tape to watch on YouTube. Yeah, 100%. And there are other factors. Herbert, I Herbert for his rookie year relative to where he is now, he's a much smarter quarterback. He has the physical tools. That was never a question. So for him, it was a lot of mental stuff for him to grow. And there's stuff happening around him. And now he's got a good coach. And I think you're going to see a lot of strides from Herbert in the next 2 years. I don't see the path for the Chargers this year because they're probably going to beat the Texans and then play the Chiefs. But you know what? They've come close against the Chiefs a bunch of times. I think the Chargers will be probably like plus 190, plus 180 against the Chiefs, not like a massive dog, probably a 4.5 point spread. I like Notre Dame tomorrow. So, all right, if we're talking quick reads, I'm going to put out the plays later. And again, if you want today's plays, the full card, I know we're not talking too much about college basketball and NBA today, but if you shoot me a DM on Instagram, I'm sharing the full card for free with everyone. If you shoot me a DM on Instagram, I still got 10 more of these. You're getting the full card. Jared Menwald said, bro is still talking on a live stream. Yes, that is when the talking would and should happen. But anyway, in terms of just quick reads off the top of the bat, for against the spread for NFL this weekend, love the Chargers, but prefer a money line because why not? It's only minus 144. I actually lean the Ravens. I think that there's a better chance of them blowing out the Steelers. Like if you were to take a 9.5 points by 9.5 points, I think there's a better chance of the Ravens winning by 19 than there is of the Steelers actually winning. Reply to that real quick. I'm still sending these through. I still got 10 more of these. If you shoot me a DM on Instagram, full card free today. So, and then I like the Bills to cover, but I much prefer the first half cover because, with 2-score covers, foot off the gas a little bit in the second half. Foot off the gas a little bit in the second half, especially McDermott, a little bit more conservative. I know he's trying to change that, but when you're talking about a 2-score spread, there is a little bit of justification. Tomlin masterclass. No, I mean, he's up against another good coach, and it just talent-wise, they're overwhelmed. I don't put this on Tomlin. I don't put this on anyone. I don't think Russ is that good. He had a flash against some weak teams, and that's kind of the story of the Steelers, right? They start out really strong, but you look at their schedule and like, it's not that impressive. They probably, when they were like 8-3, obviously that's enough games to be like, all right, these guys are kind of legit, but they had a pretty soft schedule. And we said, we'll see the final 6 games of the season, and it's been terrible. but it's been against much better competition. So at the end of the day, I think it's just a massive talent mismatch. And sometimes familiarity can lead to an upset or to some crazy games, but I just don't see it. For the Packers Eagles, like I said, toughest one, toughest one on the board because I like the Packers money line more than I like them at plus 4.5 because you're getting plus 194 on the money line, but the Packers are so volatile and so inconsistent. They have, they could get absolutely blown out just as much as they could win this game. So there's a lot of swings there, and I don't think like, oh, there's a close game. It could go either way. Maybe I take the Packers plus 4.5. I think who knows what we're going to get from the Packers today, and a little bit, yeah, exactly, Alex, and a little bit. Who knows what we're gonna get from the Eagles? This is Hurts coming off concussion protocol. It's not a massive, massive injury, but it's not nothing, and people aren't really valuing that. And then for Commanders Bucks, I like the Bucks. This isn't one of my favorite plays. I don't know if we're gonna end up putting a play out on this. We'll see how the line moves. If I could get Bucks money line at like minus 130, I think that would be value. I don't like the minus 3.5. If you get a minus 3 at like minus 105, there's some value there. I think just because a rookie quarterback playing an away game in the first round of the playoffs, that's my biggest reason for liking the Bucks. Baker, another kind of inconsistent quarterback, but Evans is back. You're getting used to him a little bit more. I think the Commanders' run defense is really going to struggle with Bucky Irving, and I think the Bucks have probably a similar level of talent as the Commanders, but I go with the experienced quarterback, the experienced playoff quarterback, the experienced playoff coach, and the home team against a rookie quarterback on the road. I think all those reasons definitely point to the Bucks. And then I like the Rams against the Vikings on Monday night. I know there's a lot of recency bias in there, but we just have to pay attention to what we saw from Darnold. The question on Darnold the whole time was like, can he really play against top defenses? Can he really play under the bright lights? And he was so yippy. He was so throwing the ball over the place, seeing ghosts, freaking out. Can he correct that? Maybe. And even though it's a playoff game next week, it's not really like any different than last week. That was effectively a playoff game, right? You're playing to skip around to the playoffs. That has just as much value and home field advantage, so even more value, really, on your likelihood of winning a Super Bowl. Uh, so I don't know that it's going to be a more hostile crowd in LA and in a dome, but the importance of the situation and knowing what's at stake for him. Texas money line's terrible, John. And knowing what's at stake for Darnold in this spot, meaning, all right, you win a playoff game, no one can complain about your season, right? You go 14-2 and then you lose the 1 seed and then you lose in the first round of the playoffs. Yeah, you kind of fell apart. And people can say the stuff they said about Darnold. All right, kick him to the curb. We're not paying this guy. Move on. And let's get what's his face, McCarthy in there next year. You win a playoff game, there's a whole different discussion. So for Darnold, this game is everything. So I think there's just as much pressure on him. And I don't like what I saw from him under pressure. The Rams defense has looked better lately. Their pass defense has been strong. Their offense getting rest, I think, was really important in that spot. I think Stafford, the experience he has winning a Super Bowl, playing a lot of playoff games, being an older quarterback, I think that matters not just for him, but for the team rallying around him. So, from those 2 points, from the quarterback perspective, from the experience perspective, from the ability to perform in this situation perspective, I like the Rams. Coaching perspective, I like what I've seen from O'Connell, but I'm going to take McVay in this spot. So for all those reasons, I really like the Rams in this spot. And the Rams already beat the Vikings at a point where the Rams were playing worse football and the Vikings were playing better football. Jared said games are this weekend, not today, says Jared. Listen, I mean, if you had good chirps, I always like to interact with people that have good chirps. I'm here to talk trash. Saying the games are this weekend, not today, are, we know that. We're aware of that. We're talking about the upcoming playoff weekend. I don't think anyone thought there was going to be Wednesday NFL after the season ended Sunday. They don't really play on 2 days rest literally ever in any scenario that's ever happened. So I don't think anyone was confused about that. But you're not fun. You can chirp, but you have to be creative. You have to be entertaining. You're not that. You're a desperate guy who's really worked up for some reason. I assume you tailed a play of mine that missed, which happens on about 46% of my plays because I'm not a liar. I'm a realistic bettor, and I know that 54% against the spread is where you need to be successful. 52.8 for being honest, 51 if you're on ProfitX like I am. But almost half of my plays lose, which is the case for any legitimate sports bettor that's betting against the spread. And you probably tailed one of those, probably tailed it too heavy, probably lost, don't understand anything about sports betting, absolutely lost it, have no fortitude, have no emotional durability. aren't cut out for this and are taking it out in this chat day after day after day. It's weird. It's obsessive. And I don't really even mind it, but you're boring me. Rams beating the Vikings again? I think so. These are all no, these games are not today. If you want all the plays today, like I said, I'm putting out today will be college basketball, today will be NBA because that's what's on the board today. But if you want the full card today, you shoot me a DM on Instagram and I got you. I assumed you're kidding, but we can't take it for granted. If you shoot me a DM on Instagram, you get the full card today. Anyone who wants it. Anyone? I got you. So shoot me a DM and I got you. Hammer 0.15 ETH on Maxi under 43.5 PRA. I don't care. Right now it's too high. User, what are you on? Instagram's Pick'em Petey. Instagram's Pick'em Petey. Campbell Sawyers said facts. That's my lean. If we look at the college football for this weekend, I like Notre Dame. I like Ohio State. Do I like Ohio State -6? We'll see. Might be getting better value on an alt spread, maybe an alt where we push the over up. We buy a few points on the over. We buy a few points, so maybe like -3 under 60, something like that. I'm gonna have to look at it. Penn State money line, we like it. Yeah. Also, real quick before we get into the rest of this, if you shoot me a DM on Instagram, like Sean just did, I got you. I still am sending out 11 more of these. Full card today. I'm sharing for free. And if you check my links for Profit X, the book I've been sharing a lot of, it's on there. And if you don't have access to a book, you're somewhere where you can't get it or whatever it is, shoot me a DM on Instagram, Pick'em Petey, and I'll hook you up. Anyone who needs a book, doesn't have access to a book, whatever it is, I got you. No, I'm not, Dixie. So everyone who wants to lock in, baby. We got a big day cooking. All right. And with that, we've moved on from the NFL. I'm gonna look real quick. I'm just gonna check some odds. And if you want the full card every single day, my futures, my plays, the VIP, all that stuff, we're up 22 units on SoBet in the last month, and that's after a bad few days. Do anything for the games this weekend? Yeah, I'm gonna be streaming probably. Yeah, still have 22 units in the last month on SoBet. That's in the links as well. Everything I talk about, you can always check my links for it. You can always check my links for it, and you can shoot me a DM on Instagram for any questions about anything I'm talking about. All my stuff is basically communities where we talk about analysis and we share plays, and I give you analysis and all that. Free bets where you can just get better value. Books where you get better value so you can line shop. Tools you can use to be better. Yeah, I've been to Rocco's. That's what all my links are, all my tools are. You have any questions on anything or any questions just in general about sports betting, about content around sports betting, about anything that I'm doing, lock in. Follow this account. This is where I stream every single day. This is where I'm sharing my vlog for my road to make $1 million in 2025 off sports betting and poker, maybe some casino, but that's always negative EV. So if I'm doing casino, I'm doing it because I'm a DGen. So you guys see how light this account is? It's brand new. All right, so I'm going to check something. Let's see, this screen that I'm on right now, this is Bet 105. Anyone who wants access to this, shoot me a DM. I'm looking for an alt situation. Alt situation, if we were to take Ohio State. I'm not like ultra impressed by Texas's defense. I think Ohio State covers. We'll see what I end up doing, but I think Ohio State covers. I'm just trying to find the best. If we went under 55 and we took Ohio State money line as a same game parlay, we're getting that at plus 142. probably juice up that over to maybe 56.5. Let's see if we took the underside. Close one forward, yeah. Where's the public money at? Thoughts on Rocco's worth it or no? What do you mean? I mean, it's not like a crazy difference in value. Where's the public money at? I'm gonna pull this up. Let me pull this up right now. For anyone who's on the Twitter or the YouTube or the Twitch stream or any stream but the TikTok stream, you can see what I'm looking at. This is Odds Checker. This will show where the public money is. I'm sorry. I'm so used to looking at this on my phone. So let me just pull it up. Bonnie's +4. Where's the public money at? So okay, I'm gonna share the public money right now from Odds Checker. I think that's in my links too. You can DM me if you want it. The Odds Checker is basically it's line chopping tool and it shows where the public money's at. Fade the public is this is something we need to talk about real quick, by the way, because everyone gets this wrong. Fade the public. That matters. It is not everything. You're not guaranteeing anything just by fading the public, or obviously everyone would just do that. The other thing, when we're talking about a public play, it needs to be a very public play. I'm talking 75+% of the money being on, or percent of the bets being on one side. And when you see a big percentage of the bets being on one side, but a much lower percentage of the volume of cash being on that same side, that's a public or square side, because that means the sharps, which is a much smaller amount of people, hell yeah, Elliot, which is a much smaller amount of people, are on the other side for much significantly higher bets. So you got, let's say, for simple math, you got 1,000 people, 750 of those people are putting $100 down on the over, and then 25% of those people are putting $400 down on the under. That means that's a sharp side, right? So that ends up being a lot more cash, but a lot fewer people. So if we're looking, this is what it looks like on the app for anyone. Whatever. If we're looking at the actual odds right now on the money line, Ohio State is getting 65%, or sorry, on the spread, 65% of the bets for 70% of the money. Slightly public, nothing crazy. This just stands within like the standard range, right? On the money line, you're getting 84% of the bets for 43% of the money. So there's a slight sharp lean on Texas. It's only 16% of the bets and 57% of the money. The reason for that doesn't mean, oh, the sharps know Texas is going to win. It just means you're getting decent value on Texas. And that's what people need to understand when it comes to fading the public. If this were on the spread, you saw a gap like that, it would mean it's a massively public play on Ohio State. Sometimes the public wins. Still, no guarantees. What app do I use, Elliot? I Profit X for all my straight bets and Bet 105 for all my like parlays, anything like that. They just have the best promos, easiest money in, easiest money out. If you want either of those, Profit X is in the links. If you want 105, just shoot me a DM. But anyway, when you're looking at an underdog on the money line having a higher volume of the cash, that's not unusual because who's really laying the minus 220 on money lines? Not so much. Who do I like in the NFL? We just went through that a little bit. All my plays go up on SoBet every single day. That's on my links. So you see all that. If you want, I haven't sorted out the plays yet, but I did share already. I know I will be on the Bills minus 4.5 in the first half. Bills minus 4.5 on the first half against the Broncos. Yeah. That's a play I've already locked in, and I'll be sharing on the SoBet. But yeah. And again, if you want all the plays for today, shoot me a DM on Instagram. It's Pick 'em Petey. It's Pick'empedia on Instagram. If you shoot me, I'm sending a few of these through. If you shoot me a DM on Pick'empedia on Instagram, I will send you through all the plays for free today. So those will come soon. Shout out to everyone who's followed me on all the accounts that we're streaming on right now, the Twitch, the Kick, the Twitter, the YouTube, everything. Like I said, we'll be streaming a lot more throughout this year. The road to $1 million. The road to $1 million. This TikTok, by the way, is where I'll be vlogging. The daily vlogs, I'm sharing some of my pics in there, the sweats we have, everything like that. So lock in, baby, lock in. We got a big day cooking. And again, Fernando, appreciate the follow. If you shoot me a DM, I'll say it one more time. You shoot me a DM on Instagram. Shoot me a DM on Instagram. We still got what, 8 more of these. Heck goes crazy, says Kev. Hell yeah, appreciate it. Shoot me a DM on Instagram. You get the full card today. If you're on the Twitter stream, I shared it in response to the stream. We'll go through, I don't know, a couple questions we can do. Maybe, let's see. Maybe we'll share one play. What do you say, guys? Do we want to get into one play for today? Moved out, Lex? No, but I will be. Why do you think that? Is the background looking different? Seton Hall money line. Seton Hall money line. Let's see. Let's take a gander. Kev says no, but yeah, that's a lean. Like I said, I haven't locked in the plays for today. I'll be sharing those for free for anyone who shoots me the DM on Instagram. Let's look at this Seton Hall game. You're getting them minus 156 on ProfitX. It's interesting. You're getting them minus 156. Minus 3 is pretty decent money. I would probably lean the minus 3. It's tough. Not having any luck with NBA, Lex. Anyone like Arkansas? Arkansas. Yeah, I think Seton Hall, I would probably, I don't like them at minus 156. At minus 3, at minus 108 is not bad. If you want to play a unit on that, I wouldn't hate it. We're talking about the Arkansas game today. It's tough when we get into college basketball. We got a lot more scrolling to do than on NFL day to find all these plays. I've been starting to get into a little bit deeper into my college basketball research because, March Madness is going to be massive for us, but not just March Madness. February is a huge month for college basketball. You also get a lot. So ProfitX, this is what I'm on right now. Right, this is peer to peer, which means you get the best lines, you get the least juice. You just make a lot more money using this in the long term. It's about a 3.5% ROI difference. Full on. Like I've said this so many times. It's in my links for anyone who wants it. Obviously free to use, but it is the best change you could do in anything you're doing sports betting. Just the difference in the money you make just by making that one switch is unbelievable. 3.5%. People don't understand how massive that is. For example, 2% of users on traditional sports books are lifetime profitable. 2%. That's how small it is. Some people even say it's 1%. On ProfitX, it's over 40%. And the difference is the 3.5%. Because the people that are losing, it's, well, yeah, you're 48%, which just bleed. You throw 3.5% ROI on that, now you're up. Instead of being that minus 1%, minus 2% that a lot of people are, you're plus 1, 2%. And that adds up massively because, plus 1, 2% ROI for a year in the stock market, that's static, right? say you put 10K in the stock market, you get 2% on it, right? That's $200. But if you had 10K and you were betting with it, you're betting that over probably 50 to 60 times in the course of the year. So that's not 10K. That's actually 500, 600K. You make 2% on that 600K with a 10K bankroll. Now that's 12K, right? So when people talk about ROI being in the low 1, 2, 3, 4, 5%, it's actually way more than that because the amount of money invested is 50 times what you actually have liquid funds because you're cycling through that money again and again and again and again. And the bankroll management standard that I use for everyone who tells me on SoBet is you take your bankroll, you chop it up. 2% is 1 unit, right? So your bankroll, you divide it by 50. Say you have $1,000 bankroll, $20 your unit size. Your max unit is 5. Your max play is 5 units, so it's 100. Most of your plays 1 to 2, $20 to $40. And on a given day, you'll have maybe 5, 6 plays out, maybe 10, 12 units out, and you're going to probably go up, you're going to go up or down in the range of 3 to 6 units. But you cycle through that money again and again and again. You know about Arkansas and Omaha. I don't have a massive read on that right now. I'm definitely going to. I just don't want to give out. Like I said, I'm sharing the full card free for anyone who DMs me on Instagram. I just don't want to give out too much before I finish my research because I've done that before and I've changed my mind on some stuff. That's really the biggest reason here. But on an initial lean level, I think Arkansas covers. I don't. If I were to take a money line, I would lean Ole Miss because I think at plus 152 on a game which should be tight, I think that you're getting a better relative odds for Ole Miss. But if you want to take Arkansas, I would take them against the spread. And I know that kind of sounds a little bit counterintuitive, but just based on the odds alone, that makes sense. You're getting better relative value on the Ole Miss money line or on the Arkansas spread. And I would say that spread at 3 points. 2.5 doesn't look good. 3.5 at minus 104 is okay. But yeah. Florida last night might have been the most free bet. Yeah, everyone was on it. It was super public. And then they came out and just were up big immediately. That was excellent for everyone involved. Love to see it. Shout out one more time to everyone who's tuned in on the Twitter stream, the Twitch stream, the TikTok, everyone that's been on. I'm streaming here daily. We're going to try to find a little bit more consistent time so everyone knows when to lock in. I'll share that. I share everything in my Telegram. I'm sharing the full card in my Telegram for free today. Share all my plays, VIP, everything on SoBet every single day. All that stuff's in my links. But anyone who wants the free card today, because we're going to wrap this up soon, but anyone who wants all my plays today, which I will be sharing for free, shoot me a DM on Instagram, and I will get you in there. So you're getting all the plays today for free. No catch, nothing. Just you're getting it. And anyone I talked about this already, but anyone who's in a state where they can't get the same amount of action, it's only daily fantasy or anything like that, just shoot me a DM and I'll hook you up. I got you. You should every prop that I give away, every play that I give away, all of that is available in any state. You just need to know where to look with no issues. So anyone who has an issue with that, I just remind because I was just responding to one of these guys. Yeah, I can hook it up immediately. That's it. Holy Cross money line, free money says double A trap. You know what? I'm going to trust double A trap. Double A trap has hooked it up in the past. He's been sharp in the past. Says Holy Cross money line is free money. We're going to lock in Holy Cross money line. Not on any analysis, just on trust. Just on trust for the fiends, for the followers. Locked it in, got him minus 122 here on Profit X. Bang, we're in. Said minus 122. You said it's free. I trust you, brother. Trust the trap or fade the trap. Oh, shit. You're scaring me now. Have I posted on SoBet? No, not yet. So I'm posting on SoBet shortly. And again, the full card will be available for anyone who shoots me a DM on Instagram today. I'm giving it away, baby. Anyone who wants it. So we're gonna wrap up soon. But if you follow this account, Cavs or Thunder, I lean under in that game. Not a massive lean. I don't know if we're gonna be playing it, but if anything, we're gonna lean under. So we're wrapping up here in a moment. But real quick, everything I said, if you have any questions about anything I'm talking about, literally DM me, whatever. I respond to my DMs pretty consistently when it's not weird stuff. If you're just sending me a picture of your parlay that almost hit, sometimes I'll sympathize, but you know, whatever. But if you want access to any of these books, you want access to Profit X, you want access to my plays, anything like that, shoot me a DM, check my links. It's all pretty simple, but for anyone who is struggling, shoot me a DM. And again, if you want all the plays today, shoot me a DM on Instagram. We got 8 more of these. Shoot me a DM on Instagram. Full card is going out for free to everyone. Lock in. Love all you except for the ones I hate. Follow this account. Cheers.